A teraz prechádzame už ku poslednej takej dvojprednáške. Prvú časť bude mať Tomáš Orieščík, ktorý je Chief Technology Officer v Aliter Technologies. A hneď po ňom bude Brian Joe, ktorý je CEO Epson Corporation. Takže nech sa páči posledný vstup v rámci dnešnej konferencie.
Dobrý deň, volám sa Tomáš Orieščík a pôsobím ako CTO spoločnosti Aliter Technologies. Aby sme vám mohli čo najlepšie demonštrovať realitu IT sveta v oblakoch, dovolili sme si pre vás pripraviť reálne prípadové štúdie z Kanady, z krajiny, ktorá žije o mnoho intenzívnejšie cloudovú éru, ako je to zatiaľ u nás. Ako všetci dobre vieme, základom IT bola a je informácia. Stále viac a viac môžeme pozorovať, že spoločnosti prekonávajú predsudky a obavy, že ich dáta sú menej chránené a menej dostupné v oblakoch ako na Zemi, na vlastnom železe. Ďalším rozmerom sú investície. Údajov je každým dňom viac a práve tu sa najlepšie zvýrazní benefit cenových politík a technologických možností cloudových riešení. Nie je super takmer zadarmo si uložiť terabajty údajov, lebo neviem, čo teraz s nimi, a zaplatiť drobné za storage, až keď tie dáta budem potrebovať. Taktiež nie je paráda si ad hoc skopčiť dáta na rýchly cloudový storage a zbehnúť na nich rýchlu analýzu bez zaťaženia primárneho systému alebo liniek vo firme, len preto, že teraz zrazu niekto potrebuje. To sme už dnes pochopili. No ako to už býva, keď je niečo ľahké a lacné, tak neriešime a ukladáme, čo to dá. Následne stojíme pred otázkami, čo s tým, čo tam všetko vlastne je. Potrebujeme to? Nie je to tak, čo poviete? Úplne aktuálnym a perfektným príkladom v súčasnosti je množstvo údajov, ktoré vyprodukovala pandémia. Kvanta údajov a nevieme si s nimi rady. Poďme si pomôcť. Ukladajme to do cloudu. Pracujme s tým v cloude, zdieľajme to, analyzujme to. Pomôžme si umelou inteligenciou. My sme sa už natrápili dosť. Aby sme si ukázali, aké to vie byť, prizvali sme si CEO našej partnerskej spoločnosti Epson z Kanady, aby nám ukázal, ako sa to robí. Chalani majú bohaté skúsenosti, vlastné prepracované nástroje a vyriešené projekty. Poďme sa na to pozrieť. Ďakujem. Let's go, Brian.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Brian Joe. I'm the CEO at Epson Corporation, located here in Ottawa, Canada. I want to thank Aliter Technologies for the invitation to present at this conference. We'll spend the next little while explaining some of the things we've been doing and helping our clients make better use of the cloud. I will share some information both about Epson and what we've been doing in cloud development. And I'll touch on our most recent product called Data Hunter, which is a deep data discovery tool, AI-based, that help our clients make better use of their data and help them migrate it to the cloud. Just a bit about Epson. We've been in business since 2005, and this quadrant kind of represents our areas of focus. We started off as an AI development organization. We continue to do AI development, but as you all know, technology's evolved drastically in the last 16 years. And we keep pace with that technology because our business model also has us doing R&D every year on new opportunities and new innovation. And we often take those to market, or we take them into our client organizations to help them with their business. So from the upper right-hand quadrant in terms of application development and doing AI, you can look to the bottom left quadrant. We've got very good at understanding data. So we have an offering we just recently completed called Data Hunter. And it's, I'll talk more about it in this presentation. But as part of being a development organization working with government and crown corporations, as well as private enterprise, we've got a secret level clearance in our organization. We're very used to dealing with protected data, and everything we build for our clients has security as a key element of the offering. Going to the upper left, talking about cloud migration, we are partnered not only with Aliter Technologies, but also with Tidal Migrations. We take care of some of the some of the planning of this migration, but we're very much specialized on some of the application refactoring that has to happen to make effective use of the cloud. Today, I'm going to profile something we've done around data lake infrastructure for the Canadian government. And hopefully that might be something that could be of interest to people on this conference. Moving to the bottom right-hand quadrant, we are specialized in driving innovation into our clients' organizations in a collaborative manner. So we're very good at spinning up rapid prototypes and getting good business understanding and helping our clients make use of the technology in the best way possible. We are a cybersecurity cleared vendor for the Canadian government, and that allows us to get some insights again on all the key elements of security that people need to be concerned about. Quick one on our client base. We have both private sector and public sector clients. I want to point to a couple of things of interest. One is 360PI down in the middle part of the screen, lower middle part of the screen. That actually was our company. We spun out with a technology we developed on the Amazon platform in 2009, doing retail price analytics. That won us an award from Amazon for innovation way back then. And that platform continues to grow and thrive in the market today. Upper left, Canada Post. The relevance of that client is we've been their AI development partner since 2007, and working with them on their addressing systems and building several large systems for them has given us a fair bit of intellectual property around text analytics, deep text analytics. And we were able to put that technology capability into our Data Hunter product. Slide about our partners. We firmly believe that you need good partners to get the best solutions out to our clients. Of course, you see a leader in title migrations on the list. Many of these partners reach out to us because they need to get a partner to work with the Canadian government. Other ones we reach out to and establish linkages with to get synergies with the products we build internally. I want to point out that we are a Microsoft Gold level partner for data analytics and an Amazon consulting partner on the AWS platform. So let's talk a bit about getting into the cloud. Being an AI company, we have a lot of focus around data. And so this chart gives us kind of a philosophy of data as a growing entity within any organization. And the reality that organizations need to uncover value in that data, yet they need to also understand the risks of that data. So we talk about the data berg and the dark data and the digital landfill. Those are realities that exist in any organization. We've built Data Hunter as a technology to help with that problem, to mitigate risk and open up opportunity. And as a client, Canadian government is concerned about all the privacy compliance they're now bound by, but they also want to make improvement in how they make use of their data. So this opened up the opportunity for us to work with them on a data lake platform. We won the opportunity in 2019 to start the creation of a data lake infrastructure, which would provide more effective data ingestion and analytics on that data set with a high level of security. We built it for Natural Resources Canada. It's called Data Hub. And their uses are really for scientific research, improved economic analysis, and business analytics on their data. The attributes are many, but I'll point to a few key ones. Number one, it's highly secure because the data needs to be protected. It's called Protected B in Canada. We implemented it with Terraform to give kind of the infrastructure of as code capability. The open source part is huge in that would result in operational costs for the platform is probably at 1/10 the level of vendor-oriented implementations. We also wanted open source. It's kind of what we focus on to save on licensing costs, but it allows, is much easier to maintain, allows for easy customization and low risk and high speed implementation. We had to build a lot of user identity and security management for users within it. And on the last few points, the data and the ability to pre-screen data before it goes in and classify and validate it, that's our Data Hunter product that got integrated into this platform. The last point about resource allocation, we resolved by implementing the system using a Databricks to allow this on-demand resource deployment. So this system, I'm going to walk through it very quickly just to get a feel for it. It's comprised of the, I guess, the input user access through a secure firewall gateway. So internal users can build and author new projects, and there's ability for external viewers of the data in a safe way through an API. There's a unified portal that we call the Data Hub Unified Portal. It's got a fair bit of custom code by option, but again, open source, so it could be easily usable by others. But it takes in integration of sort of native Azure capability along with proprietary development around the data validation portal with Data Hub and the app services portal app. We've implemented in Terraform, as I mentioned, about infrastructure as code as being kind of our model. And on the left, we'd look at ways to take data sources in, third-party data sources, and designing a customized ingest and load capability with data screening and effective ETL. This is a lot of work for most of these implementations, and the majority of them have to be customized. Finally, we've got the Terrabricks oriented or data project data workspaces. So every project can possess its own workspace and with its own reporting tools. And it's got, again, the ability to spin up and spin down resources to save costs for our end client. And finally, we've got this requirement for identity, security, and monitoring. And this is something we spent a fair bit of time on, again, for governance reasons. So this is the infrastructure that we've created and is up and running within Natural Resources Canada. It continues to expand. But what it's meant in terms of the Canadian government is they saw the power in what had been created, and they now want to leverage Data Hub as a common platform to deliver it into more departments. They recognize that it provides great flexibility and scalability and huge cost savings from traditional data warehousing. That reduces the data silo issues that exist in many departments where there's multiple forms of similar data types, but slightly different. And so there's a chance to have a common data set. And ultimately, it's increasing government efficiency and services through more effective use of data. Examples that they've told us about uses they have around things like very currently COVID-19 tracking, metrics they need to provide data on, employment per sector information, again, scientific research, economic analysis, things like that across different departments. And of course, options involved in this common Data Hub platform rollup, given that we created a lot of it. And just a little bit of the concept that we look at it. We've got a box. There's the data lake, and it's a Canadian offering. But what we're excited about is this opportunity to take this framework into different organizations. So in working with Leader Technologies, we'd like to make the offer of working with clients around the spin up of a proof of concept to introduce clients to this capability. It means a better way to solve business problems with agile data management and leverage our background, things we've learned over the last 2 years in creating this type of infrastructure. And it gives a good opportunity for organizations to learn, experiment, and customize what they need to solve their business problems and develop skills internally. The other aspect of this proof of concept is it's an opportunity to get an introduction and awareness of Aption's Data Hunter for deep data discovery and data profiling and screening. So with that, I'm going to segue into the data discovery with Data Hunter portion of the presentation. What is Data Hunter? As I mentioned, it's something that we've built to address the privacy compliance issues that people have. We wanted a modern day platform that provided drill down capability into data sets. A lot of the traditional data warehouse tools tend to be quite problematic in getting a good user interface into the data. A lot of scripts have to be written, and then you get spreadsheets coming out that you have to look at and try and understand. But we had a use case back in 2018, clients asking us to help them with their GDPR requirements. So we built this system for third-party data verification around PII discovery, and doing a lot of AI work. We recognize that this is definitely a tool that's usable for understanding AI readiness for any data set. So this is just a screenshot of a sample report of an analysis of a system that had 5 major databases. And the way this is set up as a drill down capability, the Data Hunter will screen raw data and make sense of it through our advanced text analytics and heuristic definitions that it's searching for within these data sets. And it'll give all this information across your full enterprise spectrum, summarized within these reports, where you can drill down, click on, let's say the red is PII information. You can click drill down and see the nature of that. You see the nature of that data, what comprises the PII information. You could also click on an individual database and just see the profile of information from that database. On the right, we have the AI readiness. As I mentioned, people recognize that they could identify bias. We could identify bias for them in their data. We could identify data quality issues. And we can flag, again, PII information, which is also relevant if you're building AI algorithms. This is an example of a drill down, a couple of clicks and you're down to the detail of the examples of what's in a particular field within a particular table. This is all private information, so we've got a deep level encryption. We don't store any data, we don't send it anywhere, so it's kept highly secure. Another thing we've built as part of a client need is this ability to recognize connections across data types, across different tables, across different databases. So if you're building an AI algorithm and you need to find out where other data exists that could be used within these algorithms, or you're building a simple BI report, you can find out where related information will be across databases. That's almost humanly impossible to discover manually. So people were asking us about use cases. If you look at Data Hunter, it's a new technology. So it's very lightweight. It can be customized. The way to look at it, we believe in building it into workflows. It's a gatekeeper for the data you have already and for third-party data that you may be bringing into your organization. It runs standalone in the enterprise or in the cloud. But its main intent is that you point it to any data source you have, you run the Data Hunter analysis engine, you get the information in the report, which I just walked through examples of those reports, but you have the ability to once you understand that what's in those databases, to deal with it appropriately and put it into storage or move it into applications. But you're basically doing very quick and accurate data profiling. So a couple of use cases we've got is we have a US client. It's a medical records company. It's getting third-party data all the time, and it's got to be very clear on what risks it's taking and bringing in that data and what are the problems with that data. In the past, they've had to do it manually with the email exchanges, someone looking at the database and just trying to figure out what's there with a CSV file. In this case now, they've incorporated the Data Hunter as a standalone application to be pointed to any of these CSV files coming into the organization. The report is generated, and then they have an understanding of what they can put into their reporting system. So they replaced manual, time-consuming, and accurate verification methods with an automatic data profiling discovery engine. Another use case we have is a Canadian Federal Police Force is doing AI modeling. They have a mandate to put in an AI governance framework because of the use of those algorithms have to be understood what risk is entails to the population. And so they recognize that the data sets require privacy metrics and controls. So their governance framework now has Data Hunter as a key tool to validate the input that is going into these AI applications for bias, privacy issues, and AI readiness issues like data quality. And the other thing that people are using it for in the AI world is saying, okay, let me see how this data has changed. If the data has changed, are these algorithms going to be affected by that? And another government cloud example is a Canadian department needs to verify third-party data before it can be put into their Azure cloud. They're running Data Hunter analysis engine as a collaboration within their collaboration portal to screen data and report on it so that the security officer can sign off on what's actually going into the cloud as part of proper governance. So this last slide just covers the key areas of use of Data Hunter. And you can see it's very cloud oriented in terms of making effective use of the cloud in a secure way. There's AI just across the data discovery, data quality, analysis, AI readiness, protecting your data, and then Aption has services to continue to enhance the capability within your organization. So with that, it's been covered a lot of information, but I look forward to opportunities to discuss further with you. You can please contact us, sales@aption.com for more information. Check us out at our websites, aption.com or www.datahunter.ai. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention. And I look forward to the chance to meet you, if not virtually, perhaps sometime in person.
Práve sme mali možnosť vidieť poslednú prezentáciu v rámci dnešnej konferencie od Briana Joea z Aption Corporation a momentálne je čas na vaše otázky, ktoré môžete smerovať priamo do chatu v tomto live evente. Ja už mám Briana na linke. Hi Brian.
Hello.
Hello. I think we have a perfect connection.
That's great.
Yes, I have a first question for you. How long takes the implementation of these types of project you mentioned in your presentation?
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Every project changes, but the one that I mentioned in terms of the cloud data lake, that was delivered in phases because any organization embarking on such a project wants to have milestones that are measurable along the route. So the first phase was really creating this proof of concept where people understood what could be done. And that was done within maybe about a 3 to 4 month period. And then, of course, with government, things take a bit longer in terms of getting funding, et cetera. But once we started the implementation, we probably delivered the first version of a working viable product within another 9 months. But a lot of that activity includes government organizations that want to get on board and get their people wrapped up. So the time is increased because of the training aspect. There's other projects with private companies that already have some form of cloud infrastructure in place. We could probably add capability and functionality within a matter of 6 to 8 weeks. So, but in the case of the one profiled on the video, that's sort of an ongoing project because more enhancements keep getting added in terms of new capability and new projects. But the quick answer is you're looking at 9 months to a year to get something up and running.
Thank you. And I have one personal question for you. Do you miss something from the pre-cloud era? sound of servers or cooling breeze from the cooling machines and something nostalgic?
Well, I don't miss them because we still have it in our facility. We do have a server room with the air conditioning, because I think, as Jason mentioned, it's a bit of a hybrid world that you're going to have, and there are some payloads you want to run on your server infrastructure because they're running all the time, and economically it's better because of the way cloud vendors want to make money off of use of their applications within the cloud. At some point, it's better to just have a server running those things, but part of the work with Tidal and ourselves is assessing what are the things you want to migrate over that are more effectively run in the cloud. So it's really this hybrid world that I live in right now, where there's many good things in the cloud that can be utilized. You have better reach to people. This whole thing about data lake is that eliminating data silos and sharing data amongst many organizations. So I'd say the answer is I live in both worlds, and I don't think the server world will go away, but certainly people should understand the power of the cloud and move to the kind of a dual world like that.
Okay, thanks a lot for your answer, and also for your time for the presentation and for these Q&As.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Great, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
You too.